Hello, welcome to another episode of. Well, this is not an. This is actually a coffee conversations and Q&A.
Not the podcast.
No.
Hi everyone.
We just got done with that, so
Yes,
we did. We wrapped up.
Now the next one.
Now on to when we have content shooting days. We attempt to shoot as much content as possible. While we're all dolled up here. So here we are.
Yes, I'm dolled up. Did my makeup.
Oh yeah.
No.
Look at you, looking good.
A little pluck here, pluck there.
So the episode that we just recorded is going to come out next week. So we do have some demonstrations on there. So if you...
we have fun.
We have it so you can watch or listen to the show. So it's on all major platforms that you can, check that out. But if you do watch it, we've got a fun visual demonstration on there. So check it out. It'll drop next Tuesday.
We had fun.
Yeah, we did. But in the meantime, we are...
Stories.
Oh, stories... When you have a story...
Stories are great.
I mean, stories are just great in general.
Definitely real life.
You learn more. You absorb more. If you're a speaker,
more.
Stories sell. So keep getting them out there.
Yeah, you know it.
Yep. And if you don't, you should tell more stories.
Yes. Daily.
Yep. So we're sipping on some yummy... Actually, today instead of coffee, we're doing chai.
Yes.
Chai tea. Which if you haven't had chai tea before, it's like a little
great.
spicy. It's a little...
Yeah, like you.
Yeah, that too.
Spicy.
Just every once in a while, a little zing in there. But today it's a little chilly out, so nice little spice.
Yeah, fire.
All of those
Fire
things.
going.
It feels like it's either we're heading into spring or fall's coming. One or the other.
Right. It's been warm all week.
It's like one of those kind of in between. So, anyways, this is our Q&A. So we like to have conversations, sip a little something.
I start answering those questions.
Yeah, and you guys have been sending in questions, so continue doing that.
Yes, thank you.
I don't always get a chance to put up the question box, but a lot of times when we get the questions coming in, I just save them. So, if we don't get to your question this time, check out the next Coffee and Conversations because it might be on there. But in the meantime, we love hearing from you. So, what are you guys doing? What's
going on?
We're in March now. Can you believe it? I mean,
Time's gone fast.
It just seems like we just put away Christmas stuff, but that was a couple months ago now. So
right, and some people still have their lights up.
We
go on our walks, and somebody has their lights, and they're on.
Yeah, I can understand keeping them up, but when we thought, well, it's January, maybe they just leaving them up a little longer. Then it was February. It's like, what do they keep up for Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Now it's March, and they're still
going,
up,
and they're still on,
and still on. So let us know: do you keep up your Christmas lights year round?
Right.
Just for ease of keeping them up.
Right.
And if they are up, do you keep them on like all year round? So they're not really Christmas lights, they're just lights in general in Christmas colors?
Right.
Or what? So
if they're just white,
and
it's not too Christmassy.
See, what we do is we decorate for Christmas early. So, once
right
Halloween, once Halloween is done,
we're
like
ready.
November 1st, we are rolling into Christmas, right?
Yes.
Because I think you can have Thanksgiving you can be thankful and have a Christmas tree up.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine for us over here. So that's what we do. So we have it up for a solid 2 months. And then like the day after Christmas,
start taking down
like
some
the 26th
things.
or 27th, everything is down, cleaned, put back up, and ready to start the new year fresh. So
yes.
That's how we do it. I know some people don't get up their, Christmas lights and other things or holiday decorations until much later in like December. So they they enjoy it for the month of January. But we like to start a fresh, clean slate in the new year.
It helps because the weather helps also because it's a little nicer.
Because when we decorate,
it's not,
we
30
can even
below.
put the lights up, in October and then just turn them on right after that. One year. We had our, I think it was like 2020 when everything was kind of just doom and gloom. We were like, we put up our lights in October. We had Christmas going October, November, and December. We were just spreading the Christmas cheer. So
let's do it.
We did, and we were perfectly fine with that. And actually, it made a lot of
good weather.
People smiled. So when they were going around doing their trick or treating, which was a little strange that year, we had our Christmas stuff up. The lights were ready to go.
That's right.
Did we turn them on for Halloween? I think we did.
Maybe.
And then we flipped them. No, we had them up and we turned them on the day after. But it's, the more you can do, the earlier you can do it, the better. And we're always ones to get it done sooner and move on. So Christmas seems like a long time ago, even though it seems like yesterday. So it's like
every
we're
time
in March.
We walk, it's Christmas.
So it's in March, but it seems like, we were just doing Christmas stuff with the kids. So
it's coming again.
I told them,
Kids can't wait.
we're going to be putting up our Christmas decorations in like 8 months, So get ready. And in between there, we've got lots of, warm weather ahead of us. So
Yes. And no more fires.
we can still keep a fire going. And we have the fire put outside. But it's just like, when it's summer and it's really hot, like 90 some odd degrees and very humid.
You don't want fire. Kids does.
You don't really
The kids
feel like,
do.
hey, let's make a
Yeah,
fire
kids
and
do,
sit around
but
that.
not us.
So
Yeah,
when it's
we don't like the
cooler,
smoke.
when we go to places
Yeah.
that's cooler, you can. But around here,
They
it's
want
not.
s'mores. They want hot dogs. Put them
All
on a
roasted
stick.
on the fire. So
Yes.
it's fun. All right, should we jump into
All right.
today's questions?
Here we go.
I think we should. We're
diving in.
Diving in. Here
All
we
right.
go.
What is the process during registration?
Ooh, well,
It's a long one.
it also depends. There's some people who do
it mapped
registration that it's very not much. It's kind of just like a ho hum. You check them off on the registration checklist, and that's it. I think we always talk about every step should be an experience. What experience
Yes.
are you creating? And so up until your event,
very important.
you should be communicating, creating,
Yes.
let them know what to expect and communicate. But once you have registration has started, like that's the first time that people are coming to your event. It's
Yes.
normally the first interaction
It's
at
like a
your
meet
event.
and greet.
So you want to make sure that you are providing, an experience for them. So when they step foot, it's not just, what's your name? Oh, here's your name badge or
No.
your lanyard.
Have some music in the background, some light music like we do now.
And you also
Yes.
want, your team to look cohesive. So, but you want them to, we recognize and we think it's good to have, gifts and things to give them. It's like
Yes.
a welcome gift. It doesn't have to be really elaborate, but something that you can do.
They
something
like it very much.
that shows that they can carry it, whether it's a personalized notepad,
Notepad with a pen,
or with a
nice pen, not from the hotel.
And it also depends on what type of event are you having? How much have they invested into the event? You can
Right,
always
because
do
that's
something.
going to change with your gift also.
Right. I mean, if it's a $200 event, there's only so much in the budget that you're going to be able to do, but you can still create
Yes.
an experience, right?
Yes, you can.
Versus if it's a $2,000 or a $20,000, I expect more to be done, right? There should
should.
be, it's great if you can have, if it's in the morning, some sort of
Snacks.
breakfast or something going on so they can grab their stuff and then go to that. If your registration is in the evening, having some sort of cocktail, hors d'oeuvres, music.
Cocktail hour,
That
yes.
is wonderful. But actually giving them something tangible. So it's not just here,
Something
my
they
name
can
is
have
this.
when they leave.
You can also, that's a good time to have waivers and release forms signed, depending on the type of event that you're having. If you know that you're
Yep.
going to be videoing and doing photography,
Yes, you have to
releases
sign release.
on that so that you can take their picture and they can be in video so you can utilize those things. But it should be part of your experience. It
Right.
should be on brand. It should be something
Yes,
that
matching colors.
you want it to be like a wow, because again, it's not, that is the first time really they're seeing that event. And so your registration comes with, yes, you want to register them.
Yes.
You want to give them their name tag or their lanyard. You want to give them, maybe you have something like a workbook that they're going to follow along with
Yep.
information about your event, but also something that they can take with them, something
Can
that
have, they can write notes in.
Ideas are you can have a really nice notepad. You can have a folio that has your logo on it.
Yes.
If you, the more that you go, you could have their name actually on it. You can do pens and pencils and
Yes.
writing materials. You can do a bag. You could do hats or mugs
variety gets
but again,
really big.
not just any generic type.
No.
Something with the logo. Something with
Not from the dollar
either
store.
something with their information on it or yours. If you have sponsors, you could have a cool swag bag, right, from all your
Yes.
sponsors. They've provided something that's in there as well. So think about.
I love swag bags.
Everyone loves a swag bag, right?
Yes.
It's something, and it means you put a little extra thought into
Some
it.
effort.
Some effort. If you're having something, you could have little treats or snacks. People, if
Yes,
they're coming
throughout
to
the
your
day.
event,
Yes.
they get hungry, right? You could have a drink in there.
bar.
A bar,
Yes.
a snack, something. It could be on brand. It could be from one of your sponsors, something
Yes.
that they have. Think
Doesn't
about
take
all these
that
different.
much
It doesn't.
more just to give another inch.
And how is that packaged and presented too, right? If you're like, well, here,
Yes.
here, welcome
That
to the
starts
event.
the experience.
Versus if you have it in a nice bag,
Yes.
something they get to open, something that they get to see, that all adds, enhances the experience.
It does.
And it leaves a lasting impact on them. So think about what can you do to create a better registration experience, and what can you do to create a overall bigger impact on
Correct.
your attendees when they're coming.
Yep.
Alrighty, next one. What is a gala and what do you need to put one together?
It's a great question.
It is. A gala is kind of, it's like a creme de la creme, right?
Yes.
When you think of gala, think of
Some
opulent.
thought into it.
It's normally more of an evening event.
Yes, you will be dressed to impress.
There is a meal that goes along with it. Not always, but a lot of times.
Most of the time, yes.
There can be awards given out. It can be like a gala, a
presentation,
banquet, an award ceremony.
Yep.
A lot of times you have rounds instead of like theater or classroom style. You're going to have it set for rounds. People are going to be around.
It's going to look nice inside. They put some effort into it.
You're going to have really nice, the lighting is going to be a little bit more
dark,
subdued, but then you're going to have uplights that add to that ambiance and that atmosphere. You can have a dance floor.
Stage.
If you're going to have dancing. So it depends on what your gala is going to.
Or even a band also.
Yep. It depends on what your gala, what it is. Is it a charity event? Is it an auction? Is it an awards banquet? Is it... are you going to have people come up on stage and give little presentations or speak on something? All those kind of things. But there's many different ways that you can do a gala. You have to figure out what is the purpose behind your gala and what are you wanting to offer, and then you kind of put it together. But normally evening, 2 to 5 hours is about the length.
And it's going to be a bigger room because you're using the large rounds.
Yep. And you're going to have, like the stage, and then if you're going to do dance floor,
yes.
If you're going to have a band there, a DJ, if you're going to, you got to have room and space for all of that.
Right. And everybody to get through.
Yeah. If you're going to have a sit-down meal, you want to, know that. If you're going to have open bar, there's got to be places for that.
Right.
So
There's
these are all things to think
bars.
of. Yeah. Well, the more people you have, the more bartenders and the more areas that you need. So it flows well. So
not the long line around all the tables.
Something else is great for galas is having outside. You're going to have that registration, but also having like a step and repeat wall. So something where people
or
can
an
take
arch
photos.
to go through.
That it's more of
it's a presentation.
It is. It's a presentation. It's not just come, sit down, learn. Normally, some people have these yearly or annually. And it's something everyone looks forward to
I love
come
galas.
to.
Everybody loves a gala because it's relaxing. You're not doing much.
It's a great time to meet and mingle.
Yes.
It's a great time to get dressed up. Put on something nice, feel good, and have an evening out.
You have your meal.
Yeah.
It's a good presentation.
The galas are a lot of fun. We like galas. All right. What does an MC do?
They keep the momentum of the event going. They keep you on time. They'll announce everyone who's coming up on stage instead of the speaker announcing themselves. Nobody wants that.
Here I am.
Doop. Unless you have an opening video that announces you onto stage.
Yeah.
But it's best to have an MC if possible.
And MCs really... They're
very important.
They start setting the tone for the event, but then they continue the momentum. They
Daily,
continue. It's something.
Hourly.
It's someone that everyone in the audience knows. Okay, this person once they're on stage, they might do some Q&A. They might do a little short presentation.
Gets everybody on their
get
butts.
The energy
sit down.
going. They keep the momentum rolling. They keep the event on time and on track. And it goes. And so they need to be someone who's outgoing. They need to be someone who's quick on their feet. They need to be someone who can crack a joke.
Smile, have a good time.
Who can bring the fun.
Yes, you don't want a robot up there. Are you ready for your presentation?
Unless part of their act that they're doing is
Definitely,
entertainment.
I can do a dance move.
So the MC is integral.
Yes.
You want someone who knows what they're doing. You don't want to just pull someone up and say, hey, I want you to cue up this video. I want you to bring up the speaker. I want you to do this. And they're kind of just up there like, I don't know what to do. This person needs to be someone
seasoned,
who knows what they're doing, because it shows if they don't.
Tom, Dick, or Harry over there in the corner.
Or just someone that you pulled off of your staff and said, hey, you're going to be introducing speakers.
It happens
you're
all the time.
Bringing people back from breaks, and they're up there, and they don't know how to command the stage.
Right.
They don't
Call
know
the
how to
speaker
interact.
by his first name instead of his last name.
You need someone who knows that role and can step into that role well, and not everybody does. So when you're selecting that, look into that a little further.
Here we go. What is too early to promote an event? Not a year. You don't want.
I mean, there is. You want to.
There's steps
I would say
it.
It depends on how big your event is going to be. It depends on if you've had this event before.
Because then you can promote that
date
to keep it open.
You can send it to your list that you have. If you're starting to build one, the more the better. You don't want it so far out though that it kind of peters off, right? So
Yes.
you want that momentum, you want that cycle to get going. So 6 months is good. You start talking,
Right.
you've got
And
the
then
date.
every month you're putting out an email.
And what you
or a
can
video.
do though is if you want to start at a year, you can say, hey, we've got this event coming up.
Keep the
Here's
date
the
open.
date, save the date.
Yes.
And here's the location. And that's all you do. So people can mark their
Right.
calendars for,
Not sign up.
no.
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 Because they're not ready for that.
Right. And so then when it gets to about 6 months, that's when we can start moving. It's like, okay,
Here we go.
we've opened up, we've opened it up for
Registration.
You can start so you
Signing up.
Send that out to you can start, we're going to send it out first. We only have a limited amount of spots available. We're going to send it out first to our VIPs. Then we're going to open it up to our list. And then we're going to start the marketing to everyone
Yes.
else, right? So people are like, oh, well, I want to be, first to
Yeah.
sign up. Oh, I want to be important, right? So then
Yes.
you kind of get those people off the fence and in. And then you know how much space do you have left? Where are we going from there? But
Right.
once you start marketing your event, you got to keep the ball rolling, because now that they've
Yes.
said yes, they've signed up, they've registered, they've paid, whatever your process is for them, you want to keep the excitement.
Right.
You want to keep that going. So then you need to have a sequence that continues along
Yes.
to keep them
Your drip emails.
dripping
Yes.
on them until you get to the event, right?
They know that you didn't forget about them.
Yeah, it's not like you signed up 6 months ago
And you
here's
haven't
the
heard
date,
anything.
and you've gotten nothing from them.
Yes.
There's
No
do you know how
date,
people we've
no
worked with?
address for the hotel or
They have
anything.
nothing, right? They haven't sent out anything.
Just the name, and that's
People
it.
don't know when's registration, when am I supposed to show up? Is there a room, a
Yes.
discount?
And what I see all the time is registration is always the wrong time.
Yep.
There
Yep.
it's when the doors open instead of 2 hours before.
Right. So you want to stay in contact and communication.
Yes.
And in your sequence that you're giving out to them, you want to be ahead of them. What kind of questions are they going to ask?
Right.
What kind of things do they need to know? And put that in your email sequence as they continue on.
Yes.
So that way they know, oh, okay.
Yep.
These are some things. Oh, or this is some stuff I need to bring, or these are the
Right,
things
a
we're going to be
list.
doing. So keep it moving.
Even a
and keep
blanket
it
when they're cold.
yeah, like, hey, we keep the room really chilly.
Yes, bring an extra jacket.
If you want to bring a little jacket, a shawl, something like that for yourself, make sure you
Yes.
put that in your bag too. And that, again, takes care of the challenge when everyone's at the event. Well, I'm so cold.
cold.
Can you turn it up? We prepared you ahead of time, right? So
Yes.
think about the things that they're going to complain about. Think about the things that they're
Mm-hmm.
going to, need answers to. Questions. What are some of the, if you've had events before, what are some of the things you get asked over and over again? Put that in the information
Yep.
ahead of time. So that way you already have taken care of that. All right, final question.
Should I record my event?
Yes.
Yes.
Always. Jinx.
Jinx, double jinx.
So you always need, we think of it as a CYA, right? It's to cover your ass. And the reason
Lawsuits,
is because
lawsuits,
even if you're not going to
lawsuits.
do anything with that footage, you need to keep it for yourself.
Yes.
So that you
Put it
know,
away.
because if anyone comes back and says you said something, you can say, look,
Yeah.
it's right
Yep.
here. I've got the recording. That was not said, right?
Something really simple too.
Yeah. So
It covers your ass.
it's for you to have. Now, if you do want to take that and give that as a gift or give that as a bonus or sell it, that's fine too.
Make sure it's good quality and looks good and sounds good.
And regardless of whether you're doing that, though, you need to record every single event, every presentation you do, every event you have,
Right.
anything that you have people coming to, the people are sitting there and they're
Yes.
hearing one thing and maybe that's not what you said.
And it doesn't have to be all video. Sometimes make sure it's even audio.
Yeah, but you want to have something and then you want to hold on to that and just
Yeah, not tape over.
no, keep it for
record
your
over,
files and for your
separate
records
it.
so that you have it. So yes, you do want to record every single event and presentation that you do. And
Correct.
you can also, just for your own records, but you can also record the event and then turn it into something else. You can turn it into a bonus. That's great. People
Yep.
have come. You can turn it into, an online course. People who
people can
weren't
sign
able
up
to come,
for it.
they are
Yes.
now able to watch it online. You can turn it into like an on-demand. You can turn it into
Yes.
a different, course that you do sell. So there's lots of things. You
Yes.
can use it as educational content. You could take snippets of that and put it on social media.
Right.
Like there's all kinds of things that you can do, but you definitely want to make sure that you record, regardless of whether you're planning on doing it.
What
and then
she said.
the more that you do it, the more content that you have, right? Every time you're speaking,
And use it.
if
It's
you
yours.
can repurpose your content, all the better, right? Like we're sitting here right now recording this, and then we're going to turn this into and put it on our
Yes,
Instant Impact
little
Event
snippets.
show, right?
Yes.
We're going to then take it and turn it into little clips. Like there's multiple things that you can do
Multiple
to
ways.
get content out there to the masses, right?
Yes.
So record it once and then use
Yep.
it multiple times. That's how you continue to stay
Right.
fresh and relevant.
Set it, but don't forget about
No,
it.
you want to keep going with it. So
Yes, don't forget about it.
yeah, so great questions as
Thank
always.
you so much.
If you guys have other questions, send them in. We're not able to get to all of them.
Yes.
We don't make this thing forever long. So
We're here for you.
we are, and we come all the time we enjoy these little conversations
Yes.
that we have. So send in your questions.
See,
Sometimes
somebody's there now.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Sometimes we put up
We see you.
a question box. Sometimes we just ask you to send them in whenever you think of a question. So get your questions
Yes.
over to us, and we'll definitely get them answered on one of our upcoming coffee and conversations. But in
Yes.
the meantime, make sure that you get out there and make it happen. And remember, it only takes an instant to make an impact. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.